Dead air, dead air, dead air.
I'm getting to calm
He's getting
down.
it ready.
Still dead air.
You could vamp in the meantime.
I was trying, but you were both on your phone.
Okay, I'm looking up content.
We're all right.
Why?
I'll just do it myself then.
Why?
You were the greatest vampire that I knew.
Why can't?
Why am I no longer a vampire?
Why can't cows wear shoes? Because they lack toes. Mikey, did you hear me? Mikey, dead air, Mikey. JC's doing show prep. I'm doing show prep. Mikey's sitting there. He's cranky because his cup is empty.
Wait, is that cup a three-way theater coffee mug?
Yep. It is.
It is now.
That you can get at teepublic.com.
Did you know you can get any of our three-way theater shirts at teepublic.com in any color you want?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can get Goodnight Moonsalt.
Oh my god.
You can get the three-way theater Stella shirt.
Oh my god.
You can get Mr. Peacock. Hello. And you can put it on a hoodie. You can get it into a woman's tee. You can get stickers. I bet you can get a mouse pad made.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Our first ad.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to
Doing a
talk to you
live
about
read.
Squarespace.
What about it?
Well, you see, we're in a space and it's square.
It's square, technically. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I just.
cool.
Yeah, I just want to talk
I
about that.
don't use any
Squarespace.
kind of
Yeah.
like promo code or anything like that.
Promo code. This is
I'm
where I
sure-
live.
I'm sure they're out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
For JC's promo code is
Yep.
I just give out his Social Security.
Yeah.
number.
First of all, you don't even know my address. You don't know my social security number.
I know both. That is.
All you have to do is go to threewaytheater.com.
That's what I usually tell people.
Just go to threewaytheater.com and you click on that Teepublic logo.
Yeah. TEEPUB.
No, you don't even have to do that. Just go to. You don't even have to do that.
Ew.
LICE.
Oh, okay.
How do you
I
finish that?
didn't like where that was going.
But you just go there and you click on the Teepublic logo. On
I added
threewaytheater.com.
an E at the end.
Yeah,
None of you realized.
Well,
Yeah, Public.
Yeah.
Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas
And a happy new year.
Hey everyone, welcome to Three-Way Theater.
Hey guys, I'm Mike Pava.
I'm Lumberjake.
and I'm JC.
And this is what we call the bonusode.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what we're going to be calling them from now on?
Yes.
Yes.
We
And not
made
only-
that decision. Yeah.
And,
When
uh,
we didn't officially make the decision.
We
though.
just did.
Oh,
And
all
much
right.
like In Your House, the Lumberjacks or Fatal Four-Way,
God damn
this
it.
is the bonusode.
bonusode.
Fight before Christmas.
Oh,
So
the
we're
fight before Christmas.
fight before non-denominational holidays.
well, it's technically before. It's the
this
day
is gonna
before
air
Christmas.
This
on
is
Christmas
airing.
Eve.
We're here tonight at it's December 24th,
We're actually hanging out on Christmas Eve.
2018.
And it's not even that strange because, Mikey, I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Yep.
I can't wait to see you Christmas
Uh-huh.
Day.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my hot cocoa.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
That's
Yeah.
what he calls his girlfriend.
That is what you call her, which is weird.
Yeah.
And she's her own little version of Santa Claus this year.
Oh, yeah?
dropping gifts off to one and all.
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
So
Yeah? Did you get a gift?
I did get a gift, which was surprising because, you know, a little while back we discussed how on
discussed, all right.
yes. Well, there was a conversation about our Snapchat and our streak.
Your streak, yeah.
I did blow the streak. I lost the streak.
Yep.
I wasn't feeling 100%, and I had not been on Snapchat, and it just the little
You just
the little
take a picture of
hourglass.
the wall.
The little hourglass was going. I did that a couple times just to keep it going.
What do you mean the little
So
hourglass?
once you're like near the end of your streak, like you only have like 2 hours left to send something, or it's gone.
I didn't even know this.
I
had no idea.
popped that Snapchat on, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh no! And then something happened. I got distracted, and I didn't get to send the snap. I had a little bit of heat with her because they have those little Snapchat games on there that you can play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and what I thought to
I
have
also
been a
didn't
game
know
of
that. I was
Connect
just agreeing.
4 was actually a game of Connect 3. So when she beat my ass in Connect 3,
Were you irritated because you were strategically playing in a different, not
yes,
expecting that?
I was playing for 4. If I was playing for 3, I would have changed my entire fucking strategy. God damn it. So your little elf of a girlfriend there, Christmas elf,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
holiday.
Your,
Yeah.
your hot cocoa.
Yeah, you're hot cocoa, hot cocoa Katie. Yeah, she beat my ass in fucking Connect 3.
That's adorable.
But that also made me not want to go near Snapchat because she just humiliated me. And I said to her, I'm like, I thought this was Connect 4, and she just like, haha, her emoji laughed at me, her Bitmoji, and I'm like, that's rough, man.
Rude.
It's rough. But anyway, I still got a gift after all.
That's nice.
Very special, very special adult accessory for men.
So my girlfriend
Yes.
gave you,
Yes.
one of my best friends,
Uh-huh.
a adult toy
A dick
for
sleeve.
men. A what?
A dick sleeve.
A dick sleeve.
Yeah, a sleeve for one's dick.
So
You put it on in your dick.
You-
loose-
Like, I don't know if that's the official name
you
of it.
masturbate with it.
I mean, I haven't. But the goal of the product is to insert your, penis
into it. Yeah.
and fuck the sleeve
Right.
to completion.
Now, here's the thing.
Have you
Yeah.
used it yet?
No, I haven't.
Here's the thing.
Actually, just turn around and that yellow
I see,
package.
yeah.
Go get that yellow
Go
envelope,
grab
Mikey.
that manila envelope.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like she sold you something. She gave you a gift without the batteries,
So, right.
so to speak.
So, to give it a little more context, because our unofficial sponsor, Athena's by Katie, you participate on their Facebook group, and if you just comment or post or like statuses, you are automatically entered into a lot of different giveaways that Athena's by Katie does. And it was a Halloween game. It was Halloween night. And
I hope
it
it's
was
shaped like a bat.
and it was like, post your best Halloween picture.
Oh, yes.
And I posted the picture of Mikey and I as Calvin and Hobbes.
Right.
And so my name got entered into her random lottery, and I won. So she goes, what's your address? And I'm like, I gave her my address, and I'm like, what are you sending? She goes, it's a surprise. Well, it sure was.
She only says it's a surprise because she really doesn't know what she's sending until she takes a look at it.
Yeah, but for guys, there has to be a limited number of things that you
I mean,
Depending on preferences.
well, I think you actually,
I like how this is an unboxing
I think
video
you
now.
actually lucked out. Yeah, we're all.
Ooh,
Oh, it's pink.
that's strange.
It's thick.
It's translucent.
THICC. This is the first time I'm taking this out, too. This is sealed. You can
Yep,
see it right
yep.
now. Just for proof, this is sealed.
So I mean, you're getting a nice toy here, but the thing is, you need to clean that shit.
Well, that was
So,
her first thing that
that's
she
her-
said to me.
That's her marketing strategy. Obviously, she's not giving everybody dick sleeves.
Yep.
Only my best friend. That's not weird at all.
No,
No.
well, I mean, I think it's. I mean, I don't even know.
It was weird
I
the
don't
way how long they held eye contact when she gave it to him.
cracking this thing open.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
this feels
With
weird.
ASMR.
It feels weird.
Do it into the mic.
I mean, it's
Ooh. What the fuck? It looks like
So-
looks like a castle on the cover of The Little Mermaid.
Feels like gack.
Ooh. Let me feel.
Hey, get off my dick sleeve!
I think you should.
I'm gonna pass it around.
I mean,
first I
I
wanna-
have one. I know what
Wait,
it looks
you
like.
have one?
Yeah.
You already have a dick sleeve?
I know what it looks like.
Is her name Katie?
Have you ever felt it?
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to let my
In what
feelings
sense
on it
did you feel
first.
it?
So, have
I
you,
used it? Yeah.
was she with you when you used it, or were you just using it by
What's the
yourself?
point of that?
That's what I don't know.
Both, but
Oh,
yeah.
so you like the dick sleeve?
Now, Mikey.
I mean, it isn't.
Is this the same sleeve?
Yes.
It looks like an elephant's.
trunk.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's. Well, that's the base. That's where you put your dick, not your nose.
Man, I bet you wish we were live streaming that. Lumberjake, here you go.
So, yeah, I mean,
Mikey, did Katie have a little mishap with you on Athena's?
why?
Didn't she post a little picture?
Wait, what?
Oh,
Wait,
no.
what? Oh, wait a second.
wanna-
What? Mikey, I just saw you stick your little middle finger in that fucking pussy.
Yeah, it's the inside is textured.
But you don't understand. Lumberjake slid it over into Mike Piva's hand in the right hand, and then his left fucking middle finger went right into the middle of that fucking little dick sleeve pussy.
What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, Mikey immediately violated.
He's like, oh, wait, let me see that real quick. Finger and...
Oh, give it a kiss.
Hey, my elephant's nose. So,
Either way,
okay, so there's a little weight to that thing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
So that reminds me.
It's durable.
So about 10 years ago, I wanted to come up with a new gimmick in wrestling where I wanted to have a tag team called the Doe Brothers, John and Dylan Doe. So, one guy is John Doe, and then his tag team partner is his brother Dylan Doe. No, Dildo.
Oh, okay.
And then...
Love it.
Is that you, Dilly?
Sure is.
You can't see right now, but the dildo is talking like
It's
a puppet.
not a dildo.
It's a dick sleeve.
Yeah. This is
Mikey, you were showing us how it stretches.
It's a male dildo.
you were showing us how to
it's
spread that
basically
pussy.
like a reverse dildo. I mean,
Spread that pussy.
Look, that's a mouth right there. Actually.
Oh, that's a mouth.
That's the mouth.
I thought those were pussy lips.
That's a mouth. Or I mean, it could be.
That's what I was talking
You know,
about.
it's whatever you. It's whatever you want.
Oh.
It's whatever
Yeah.
you want.
So wait, you're talking at it because it was pussy lips or because it was a mouth?
Because it was a mouth.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, no, totes, guys.
Totes my goats.
Yeah.
A sex toy.
Let me stick.
I think you should try it. And
Okay.
then later on, you can report on
Okay.
how it was.
All right.
And then you can leave a review on Athena's by.
There's so many
Katie
horrible
Pineapple.
things I want to say about it, but
You
I
can't.
just can't say it on the podcast.
Nope.
So,
I think.
but the salesperson that is Katie.
Yes.
Also, because when I asked about the dick sleeve after I got it, it's like, well, you gotta definitely clean it, and you gotta use lube, and you gotta clean it.
Right.
And I said, oh, so I just gotta go to the store and get some lube, and what kind of cleaning supply would I even use for this?
Windex.
She goes, I sell it.
Yes, of course.
Windex.
She has a cleaner pack.
Yes, of course she does.
So go to Athena's by
Katie Pineapple.
Katie Pineapple,
Yep.
and you can get your own dick sleeve.
You'll get them after.
I used the
Christmas,
Dry
but-
Guys Bomb. I actually bought that
Yes.
from Katie earlier in the summer. It was great. I definitely stood by that.
It's a lotion
And
that dries like a powder
yeah.
to keep your balls
Yeah.
nice and dry.
Also has pheromones, ladies.
Yes.
I don't know why I said it like that, but
I like
still
it. I
does.
like the way you said it.
You sounded like Richie from Teen Witch.
Look at you.
You're a
dog. So I'm going to put this away because it's still in my hand.
You should. Yeah.
And I will try it because I mean first of all it's a gift.
Right. It would be rude not to.
And yeah, I don't want to be rude.
We went from talking to a really like. We went from a nice little Christmas theme, and we were gonna do a not swearing cast.
Well, that was just a discussion.
That was barely a discussion.
We wish you a merry dildo. We wish you a merry dildo. We wish you a merry dildo.
I just want a dildo sleeve.
All right, I'm putting this back.
Yeah, please do. So
what do we do? What are we doing here on
from
the
sex,
fight before
from
Christmas?
sex toys to the fight before Christmas?
Yeah, the Fightmare before Christmas.
We're here. We watched a handful of pro wrestlers taking part in mixed martial arts.
Now, I will tell everybody right now, I am no expert in mixed martial arts.
I don't believe it for a second.
Not one bit.
You have the same hairstyle as Sylvester Turkai.
Do you need help?
It's like he's trying to put a dildo sleeve inside of a dildo sleeve.
This is why you need the lube.
I had to put it away.
Yeah.
Not to use
Guys,
it.
Yeah.
you don't have to explain this right now. You can just talk about, I was going to get this dick sleeve in here with no problems.
You were making such a racket.
So, as
You were
Lumberjack was
saying
saying, we have taken a look at several wrestlers who are in MMA or kickboxing.
Yeah,
You're saying you're not an expert in MMA?
No.
Are you sure? I thought you were throwing out some great, like...
yeah. You have some good commentary.
yeah,
going on.
like...
Was I?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing great.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm an expert now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yep. Mike Pava, MMA expert and sexpert.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
You just kind of added that one on.
I did.
We were not egging you on for that one.
The first
Sexpert.
The first fight we saw was between Brock Lesnar and Min Soo Kim. Took place in Los Angeles, California, and it was Brock Lesnar's pro fighting debut. Min Soo Kim is a South Korean fighter, and Brock Lesnar is a giant monster of a man.
Yeah, and this fight did not last long.
No, it lasted much longer than it probably should have.
Absolutely.
Brock took him down and just he had the guy had no escape. He
Nope.
just got his face pounded in.
Brock is such a scary guy.
Imagine him just on top of you, and his goal is to put his fist through your face.
I would start meowing.
Oh, you think that would work?
It's a defense mechanism.
Okay.
Does he like cats or no?
I don't know, but if you're disarming him with the meow,
He's
you're
like, "Oh, was there a cat in between us?"
because in addition to meowing, you're not punching back. You're just kind of trying to swat away with your mitts.
Okay.
And so you're like, yeah.
Oh, with your little beans?
Yeah, I'm a beans. And then that way he's going to be like, I can't just ground and pound this motherfucker. He's a cat. I'm serious. I'm not doing a bit. I will meow.
Meow.
Like that kind of a meow?
I just
Like-
did my meow. Meow.
Like, you wouldn't even be able to hear that shit.
Well, that's why he's gonna be
like
like
a mew.
pounding me while I'm meowing. So I'm like, a little bit meow.
He's gonna think you're crying.
Maybe, but then when he sees me swatting with my mitts, he's gonna be like, "Oh no, he's just meowing like a cat."
You should try hissing at him.
No, that's provoking him more. You want to be very like maybe I'm not making myself sound great here talking about dick sleeves and meowing like cats, but I'll tell you what, man, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to start meowing like a cat.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
And I'm going to start talking with a southern accent now.
Southern Fried JC's here.
Oh, jeez.
I never. He made it back for Christmas.
Yeah, family reunion.
Down from down south. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye.
It's good to see him.
Yeah, you know. as long as
Hey guys,
he's
what's going on?
not- Oh, what's
Hey,
up,
JC.
Yeah.
You just missed your cousin.
Yeah, was he? Yeah,
Yeah, Southern Fried JC.
he's a good guy.
Yeah, good guy.
Good guy. He's 11 spices and flavors that he does not talk about.
Oh, secret herbs and spices.
Yep.
So Brock Lesnar got the win via submission, via punches.
Via being Brock Lesnar.
at 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Now,
into
would
the
you
very
call that a
first round.
front chantry lock that he finished him with?
No, there's no chance.
Oh.
No, you're talking about their next fight that we
Oh,
watched.
sorry. Yeah.
No, spoiler alert.
Brock
you know,
Lesnar,
expert here.
Brock Lesnar was punching him in the face, and the guy just tapped out from the bottom. He just didn't want to get
Hammer
hit anymore.
punches.
He just wouldn't stop.
He's like, I'm good, thanks.
Our next fight we watched was Mr. Bobby Lashley, who was a wrestling champion in the military, and
Never heard of him. Tell him to send me a tape, kid.
oh man, the Bobby Lashley gimmick going on right now with
I have not watched Monday Night Raw in so long.
so you haven't seen Leo Rush with Bobby Lashley?
Leo Rush was a cruiserweight, right?
That's been going on for like months now.
I
at
have
this
not.
point.
I have not been watching it in months. Like
Well, it's going on right now, and I just want to talk about it.
but Leo Rush is a 205 Live guy, right?
Yes.
And he's the same guy. Didn't he say some fucked up shit last year, like making fun of some wrestler that got hurt and he got a ton of heat on Twitter? Wasn't that Leo Rush?
I can't. Yeah. He said something controversial. I'll ever forget what the context.
Like
was.
it got him a ton of heat from like even like Regal and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
like you need to fucking smarten up, kid, because he was just talking his fucking gums off on
Yeah,
Twitter.
learn your place or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, he's doing great stuff with Bobby Lashley. Right
Okay.
now.
I mean, that must help because even in this like 30-second promo that Lashley gives here against Mike Cook,
Yes.
like it is the
Mike the Line Cook.
Yes.
No, excuse me. It's
He was the animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike the Animal Cook.
I was also going with the chef. He was
I prefer the chef.
but like the Bobby Lashley promo, it's like just like watching paint dry.
Yeah, he's very humble.
He's
very
never been a good
soft-spoken.
promo. People were saying he was great in Impact Wrestling. I never watched
Never saw it.
Yeah.
but I can't believe he was that great in Transcending that he like
And he just regressed again back to
right
WWE.
like I'm back in WWE, back to being boring again. I got a headband now.
Mike Cook comes out wearing a Rey Mysterio mask.
As I guess throwing shade.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to like punk him out.
Except that's a fucking badass entrance.
Yeah, right? And also, this is not the first pro wrestler he lost to.
Right.
Well, I wanted to make mention because you asked while we were watching the fight. I found out what the girlfriend experience was.
Ooh,
Oh, so
okay.
during the tail of the tape, they show an advert or a tagline for
Like a sponsor.
the girlfriend experience. Watch it with someone
You want to
fuck.
star asterisk, asterisk, asterisk,
Right,
asterisk.
right.
So this is a film from 2009, directed by Steven Soderbergh
Okay.
and starring Sasha Grey, porn star.
Oh.
Chelsea, Sasha Grey, is an in-demand call girl whose $2,000 an hour price tag allows her to live in New York's lap of luxury. Besides her beauty and sexual skill, Chelsea offers her clients companionship in conversation, or as she dubs it, the girlfriend experience. With her successful business and a devoted live-in boyfriend, Chelsea thinks she has it made until a new client rocks her world.
Wow.
Sponsored for MMA fighting. Like, what?
Man, they really picked up the hot sponsor on that one.
God damn.
So
But
that
hey,
is
Sasha Grey is a big name.
going legit in a
Yeah.
Steven Soderbergh movie. Academy probably nominated guy.
I mean, I'd assume. At the time of this fight, Bobby Lashley was 0-2. And
Did you say 0-2 or 0-2?
0-2 was his trainer.
0-2 Hart.
He had won 2 fights before, one via TKO and one via decision.
So he was 2-0.
That's what I said, right?
You said 0-2.
2-0, excuse me.
Yeah, definitely.
No, he was doing good. He was winning.
All right,
All right.
2-0. Oh yeah,
I'm the expert here.
Yeah, that's true. This fight took place in 2009, post his WWE run. This guy had lost a UFC fight. Mike Cook had lost a UFC fight to a wrestler also, right, Mikey?
Yes, it was Daniel Puder.
Yes, Tough Enough champion Daniel Puder.
And they actually had that during his entrance. So, you know.
During his little fun facts.
Yeah. Hey, fun fact, he's already lost to a
Which
WWE
made
wrestler.
me wonder if he was fucking hot at like losing to Pewter.
I would think so.
And like, I'm going to come in here, I want to fuck this guy up.
And the guy was like, I'm going to fucking punch him in the face a little bit. I'm going to wrestle him. And I'm going to fucking make him submit. I'm going to fucking knock him out.
He should call himself the Pro Wrestler Destroyer or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool nickname.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
It's pretty badass.
I know, right?
But Mike Cook didn't get much of a chance when Bobby Lashley snatched him in a fucking guillotine choke at 24 seconds into the very first fucking round.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Lesnar, Lashley's wrestling experience really put him over the top here because he was right on top of this guy like
Yes. He just fucking...
like snow on Christmas.
There
you
I thought you
go.
were going to say like white on rice.
I almost did.
Yeah, but we're a holiday themed episode,
Yeah.
so he went with the appropriate.
Uh-huh.
Snow on
Yeah.
Christmas.
Don't snow me, man. Just do it.
I mean, Jewish people go to Chinese food on Christmas.
Yeah.
one of the most popular days.
White on rice, brother. And that's for you guys. Mikey's being denominational.
I mean, for anything, Canadian Boxing Day. You know, we have some Canadian listeners too.
Oh, not
you
that
just
kind of boxing.
Punch
you
Mikey.
just punched Mikey right in the face.
Not
no
my
soldier.
jaw.
Oh,
I'm an expert.
you're a sexpert too.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget about that.
I didn't. I actually did first time.
Oh, all right.
By the way, Brock Lesnar currently sits with a record of 5-3-1, and Bobby Lashley has a record of 15-2.
Wow.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley.
But also for, I would assume for Lashley, he's done a lot more lower level fights.
I was going to say Bobby Lashley never really made it to
he
UFC,
never went to
did he?
UFC. He fought
Did
for
Bellator?
He
Why
signed
not?
with Bellator and
Oh.
Strike Force.
But didn't they go under? Didn't they have like a
Yeah.
Eventually, I think
Falling out?
UFC bought them, didn't they?
I think one of them's still open, and Lashley was still fighting for a while.
You'd think. I mean, I guess he's just not the. Brock's a beast, like, and so is
Yeah.
Lashley, but Lashley doesn't have like that.
He doesn't have the aura.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But you just said 15-2 to Brock's 5-3-1.
Yeah.
Like,
But that 5-3-1, that's all from big fights on pay-per-view.
yeah.
That's why I call him Big Fight Brock.
They do call him that. What's next?
Next thing we watched was Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Alexei Ignashevov.
Good
Sure
job.
did. God bless you.
Good job, Lumberjake.
I'm going to call him Alexei from now on.
Good. Yep.
This was actually their second fight that they had. In the first fight, Alexei had won by knockout with a head kick while Nakamura was on the ground, but that was deemed illegal, and the decision was turned to a no contest. This was their rematch fight.
Cool. Shinsuke's got like a boy haircut.
Yes.
A little boy haircut.
Very
Little
boy
boy
haircut.
haircut.
Not just a boy haircut.
This was taking place in 2004, by the way, in Satayama, Japan.
Nice.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it. You got there.
He did pretty well for himself.
He did.
Yeah, not bad.
Do you have his fighting record?
Yes, he had 5 fights, 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest.
That's good.
It's so funny for somebody that's billed as a striker in WWE with his Kinshasa and stuff. He's actually a ground guy. He took the guy down immediately, always going for the takedown, and used a what JC described as like a sexual assault choke, basically.
Oh,
yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
So- He takes his forearm and just pushes it against your Adam's apple, your windpipe,
Yeah.
and like pushes down. Like that can crush your windpipe.
It felt like a very sexually violent maneuver.
The guy got up after, was like coughing.
Choking,
and
yeah,
choking.
he was gonna gag.
retching.
Yeah, like what
He
the
was retching
fuck,
like
man?
Mikey watching a death match.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura. They went to the second round, but he ended up ending the fight with a forearm choke across, and yeah,
Fucking nailed
that
it.
was actually
That should be his finisher in WWE.
Seriously.
that ended up being his last MMA fight. I believe he was already doing the pro wrestling thing, but
He had nothing left to prove.
no, he did what he had to do. He avenged his loss.
What's
Next up,
next?
We watched a young man by the name of Jack Claffey, but people may know him better as Jack Gallagher.
I do not know him better.
Gentleman Jack,
It's probably the second time I've ever seen Gentleman Jack do anything.
From 205 Live.
who looks exactly like he looks. He's got the mustache. He's got the whole
Yes.
gimmick, except he's wearing only underwear.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I mean, he's in tight little shorts.
Yeah, but these were like boxer briefs.
Well, the only thing I've ever seen of Jack Gallagher,
Gallagher.
whatever. No, he's actually Jack Gallagher.
Oh, he comes out with a watermelon?
Yup, exactly.
I am all for this.
Yeah, but you've never even seen Gallagher live.
Yes, I have. Son of a bitch, that's taken my life.
I've only seen one match he's ever done. It was against Neville for the Cruiserweight title on a random pay-per-view that they actually got on.
Yeah.
And that was the only time I've ever seen the guy wrestle. So this was the second time I've ever seen him.
He's fantastic. This was actually his MMA debut, taking place December 20th, 2015. His second fight ended up being April 16th, 2016, a.k.a. my 26th birthday.
Oh.
He did that just for me. He's like, this is for you, LBJ. This is for my boy, the Dandy.
Oh, the Duxbury Dandy. You just thought you were Duxbury, England?
Yes.
He wasn't. He was not aware.
Yeah, this is Jack Gallagher taking on Stephen Cowley in a UFC fight, and obviously, and Jack Gallagher. He quickly took the fight to the ground and immediately choked out his opponent.
It was not. It happened so. That didn't happen quickly because it was like. Meh.
Well, go ahead.
Well, it just happened out of like to me. It was like, oh, it's over now.
Well, no. First, he's got control of his opponent, but his opponent gets him up to his feet and gives him a high throw, like picks him up and slams him down. But Gallagher still has the choke on, and that's
You can
it.
see how tough he is.
He never
like
got
he
off
never
from
let
that.
he never let go of it, even after taking the big bump,
Yeah.
which was cool.
I liked it.
He described of his MMA career. I didn't like getting punched in the face, so I immediately like to take people down.
Does he do like any of that kind of style of wrestling in his WWE matches?
He's all chain wrestling. He's very British chain wrestling.
Yep.
He does do a big headbutt.
He does like he does, but he does like gimmicky comedy stuff too.
Yeah,
It's just-
I understand he's a
He used to
heel
do-
now
He used to do a lot with his umbrella.
because when he was the babyface with Neville, he had the umbrella. I remember that. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I'm a big Jack Gallagher fan. I think he's funny. I think he's really good.
I agree.
And I'm a sucker for the British wrestling.
The Bruiserweight. Wait, that's not him, right?
No, that's Pete Dunne.
Oh.
Next up, we watched Razor of the AOP.
Hey, Chico.
No, not Razor.
Oh.
Razor,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Razor from Serbia,
the Serbian fighter.
the first Serbian WWE champion of all time.
Yes, he.
I thought they were just NXT.
No, they just won
Actually,
the
they
WWE.
are the first NXT, the group from NXT to win the WWE titles too. as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Yeah.
But they're WWE tag team
Yeah, but
champions.
in
Yes.
the middle of November, they had won the
The OUP. The OUP.
Yeah, the OP.
Yeah, the op. They
The
had
op.
beaten Seth Rollins way back about a month or two ago.
Yeah,
Right.
when,
Good for them.
Yeah, handicap man.
I thought those guys were going to get fucking completely ascensioned, so that's great for them.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and they're still ascensioning the ascension.
You didn't think there was anywhere lower for them to go. They're like, hold my beer.
By the way, Jack Gallagher had a MMA record of 2-0.
Ah, yeah, really nothing to prove.
No. Also, a man not working by the hour, Razor.
Yeah, no.
Holy shit!
It was over before it began.
He rushes in on this guy, grabs him in a rear naked choke or a
Lifts
guillotine choke, and he lifts him up.
Off of his feet, the guy could basically put his feet on Razor's kneecaps.
Yes,
And he probably should have to help himself.
like a daddy-daughter dance with the daughter standing on her dad's feet.
Fuck, yeah. And that was it for that one, too.
Yes.
And it was so fast that Razor had, in his celebratory win, he started digging a grave.
Holy shit,
And then he buried the body.
He rolled him in it and then packed the dirt back on real
Yes.
quick.
And then went to the family's house to give them their death message.
death notice.
Oh, rings the doorbell. Dun, 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 dun,
Here you go,
dun, dun,
man.
dun. Oh, look at this. Fresh from war. Your son's dead. I killed him.
Paper cut. Nope, it's a razor. Make him laugh. Make him laugh. What a post-fight celebration.
I was not expecting the grave digging,
Yeah.
followed by the death message.
He's like, I just murdered you, bro.
It's funny because he really did that. Like, he had to drop the guy and he just didn't get back up.
yeah, it was fucking
That was
brutal.
awesome.
Razor has an MMA record of 4-2.
All right.
Yeah. Serbian fighter. Next, we watched poor Jushin
Thunder Liger. Oh,
His own
man.
fault.
You know,
This was his one and only MMA fight.
How much do you think he got paid for this?
I would imagine he got paid a good amount.
Because what year is this?
2002.
All right, so he's well past
Yeah.
the point of, And don't get me wrong, when Jushin Thunder Liger did the NXT match, what was it against Tyler Breeze a couple
Breeze
years
at
ago?
Brooklyn, yeah.
Like that was cool.
right.
But like in 2002, you're well past the point of like that relevancy, and so you must have you're doing it just for the payday.
I was actually expecting to see a lot more of these kind of matches on this playlist.
Yeah.
And thankfully, this was really one of the only ones that really made me feel bad for Jushin Liger.
Yeah. He was 38 at the time.
What?
Man,
Is that true?
Yes.
wow,
It's not that old.
it's not that old, but you got to figure all the years on
38.
his body
I know,
already
but
wrestling.
fuck, man, I'm thinking he's way older than that.
Yeah. But he had been wrestling for so long. That's why really what it comes down
It
to.
was just he had no.
You couldn't see how old he was because of the mask.
Yeah. Also, he was wearing a
Yeah,
mask, of
right.
course.
You're not 21 still. What was it? He did a little flipping Liger kick.
He tried.
Yeah, he did his Liger kick, which
Yeah.
was fucking crazy. It
Crowd
was-
kind of laughed.
yeah.
I feel like
See, I thought it was a pop.
They got
See,
it.
I don't know. I think they were MMA fans who were like, "Look at this guy. Let's kick this guy's ass."
I think with Inoki there and with everybody, I think there was more
I
of a
think they
mix of
kinda
wrestling.
respected
I
it.
think they wanted it to be like that, but it wasn't. Like I think they really thought this is gonna be like a cool thing, and he's gonna, he'll at least give him a fight, and it was just an embarrassment.
I think all he had was the Liger kick, and once that well, I'm fucked.
Should have hit him with the Liger bomb.
Yeah, fucking Minoru Suzuki hit him with a couple Liger bombs.
How long did this go?
JC, how long was match?
Yeah, if you had to take a guess,
A minute 30.
1 minute 48.
Yeah.
Into the first round,
Wow.
Minoru Suzuki won via.
See, I knew it didn't go 2 minutes, but it was just
Minoru Suzuki won via rear naked choke. Now, Minoru Suzuki, he has a mixed martial arts record of 30-20, so I don't think it's any shame to lose to a guy like that.
No, absolutely not.
Next, speaking of fighters wearing masks, next up we got Alberto Del Rio taking on Brad Kohler.
So,
man. Dos caras.
First thing I noticed is the height of Del Rio
He's huge.
to his opponent.
Well, Mikey, you've always known my feelings on Del Rio from the first time we ever saw him on
right.
SmackDown Live.
Up in Maine.
No, we did. Yeah,
New Hampshire?
You got New Hampshire. You got tickets from WXBR.
Yep.
And we went with Davey Loomis and one other person. I can't remember.
Peter
Were we?
Zibler?
It might have been Pete. And we went to the SmackDown taping. The main event was Kane versus CM Punk in a Falls Count Anywhere match. But earlier in the night, they did a live promo, and I went. It might have been just for the house. It might not even been aired on TV yet. And it was for Alberto Del Rio, and he was in his mansion, and he had books. And he was talking about reading books, and of course, I'm the only one in the building. It's dead quiet, and I'm like, boo! That guy reads books! Boo! And that was my beginning of my hatred for Alberto Del Rio. Don't tell me how to fucking read.
Alberto Del Rio, this is at Deep Impact, and it is from September 15th, 2003. He had established a record of 2-2 at this time, so he was trying to improve his record. Poor Brad Kohler, it's listed as submission via shoulder injury. Brad Kohler, there was a weird takedown, and Brad Kohler, a large muscular man, just he tapped out because he hurt himself.
I don't know.
Tweaked his shoulder.
So, yeah, he must have just. I don't know.
And then Del Rio celebrated like he just hit the World Series winning home run at the bottom of the ninth.
Just a fucking giant backflip off the top rope.
Oh my god!
Like he just fucking won the fucking Super Bowl.
It was. It's so fun. Cue ham horn. By the way, going into this match, his last match was a lost DQ for grabbing the ropes.
Oh,
Yeah.
can't do that.
So you can't grab the cage.
No, cage, ropes, none of that stuff.
Huh.
Not allowed.
So you can go in. You can fight into it, but you can't grab
you can't
it.
Use it for
You
leverage.
can't hold on to it,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
they don't take you down or whatever.
As an expert, I would know.
Well, I'm only an expert of Lions Den matches, so my I'm not as familiar.
So this match ended in 1 minute and 25 seconds
Ow, my shoulder!
via that shoulder injury.
He Randy Orton himself, I guess. Maybe he was like,
Just simple, something simple.
something
just hurt
simple,
him.
like moved his arm the wrong way.
And then, after that big celebration, I think karma really bit him in the ass because 1 month later, at October 5th, 2003, at Pride Bushido 1, Alberto Del Rio took on Mirko Cro Cop.
Uh-oh.
Mirko Cro Cop is a vicious striker.
Even I've heard of Crow Cop, and I'm not
Yes.
an expert.
Don't say that, JC. You're an expert.
Lions Den matches.
Yes. You know every Lions Den match.
Yup. All two.
The Croatian Mirko Cro Cop. He's got, or as he's also known, the Pro Wrestler Hunter.
Oh, that's a great name. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, wow.
Cro Cop just look like no. Like he's
just stoic. His face is just deadpan.
Oh, yeah, he's got no expression.
exactly like there's nothing. He's just ready. He's there for business, and he's gonna fucking destroy.
I don't even know if he cracked a smile afterward. He just kept.
He
scary as fuck.
at this point he had also beaten Kazuyuki Fujita and Nobuhiko Takeda, And he also took place in a match we'll be talking about next, where he took on Yuji Nagata, and that's where he established himself as the pro wrestler killer.
I mean, to me, he already established it right here with this. Because he fucking murked him.
Well, what do you say about his kicks?
He would say right leg, hospital, left leg, morgue.
Fuck, dude. That's fucking badass.
That's like a fucking Ivan Drago line.
Yeah.
What's his record?
Mirko Cro Cop?
Yeah.
Or Alberto Del Rio?
Crow Cop, I want to know what his record is overall.
Mirko Cro Cop has a record of 37 wins, 11 losses. And he's
a good percentage.
Who are the guys who beat him?
And he has a kickboxing record of 23-8.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Was he in UFC?
Oh yeah.
So he's like was he a former champion?
No, he actually didn't do well when it came to UFC. That's where he was getting a little bit older. His debut fight was against Gabriel Gonzaga from Bridgewater, Massachusetts.
Oh.
Gonzaga.
Where Cro Cop was knocked out in the first round via head kick in the most shocking thing anyone had ever seen. I watched that live.
Wow.
And I lost my fucking mind.
Especially because that's supposed to be his thing.
Yes, and he got fucking caught.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just, that's the unpredictability of UFC. Because at one point, Cro Cop was deemed the unstoppable killer, you know?
Well, I think what I remember of UFC, especially in the early days, is that they had these big gimmicked up characters.
Yes.
Whereas to now, you couldn't even tell me who.
Tank Abbott, Butterbean.
Butterbean wasn't a UFC fighter.
No, he was just in those fucking
Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
Chuck
Liddell
Liddell.
was one of those guys that was just out there.
I was thinking of like the Abbott and obviously the Dan Severn, Ken Shamrock early days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I do remember the Cro Cop name, so I guess he kind of fits into that older guard. And I guess by the time he was getting his shot in UFC, it was just too late. Like,
yeah, it was just he wasn't the same fighter as he was
the fucking
before.
Randy the Ram of UFC.
Yeah. He had also fought later on Ron Waterman, another pro wrestler, and Josh Barnett.
Oh.
Or Josh Barnett.
Oh, Josh Barnett.
Barnett.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Josh Barnett.
Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, Cro Cop took fucking Del Rio's head off.
Yeah.
Couldn't have happened.
Didn't even
nicer
see
guy.
it coming.
With a kick at 46 seconds. Probably not seeing it coming because he was wearing a fucking mask.
I did notice this mask. His eyes were opened up a lot wider.
Yeah, they made it so his periffs were a
little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he was still gonna get fucking murked, but like
Mirko Cro Cop.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, that we're not done with Cro Cop as he took on poor fucking Yuji Nagata.
Now this was the match that actually had Inoki. I mistook myself.
That's right.
But this is where it felt like it was such a bigger deal. All the Japanese luminaries at ringside to watch.
Now, was Yuji? Did he have why Yuji?
I believe another pro wrestler dropped out, and Yuji Nagata wanted to defend the honor of pro wrestling.
I mean, the balls to do that is amazing.
But again, just like Liger, this guy must have got fucking paid.
I hope so.
He took on Mirko Cro Cop and did not fare any better than
No.
old Alberto.
It lasted a little bit longer.
And this is where the crowd is laughing instead of the Liger match that we were talking about earlier.
He took the fight with Cro Cop. That was Cro Cop's fourth fight ever. Was against Yuji Nagata, and
Huge.
and this was in 2001. So Nagata, another man who was probably past his prime, not like super old, but like
Past
older.
his prime for sure.
Yeah, like maybe was he in his late 20s?
I don't know.
He was born in 1968.
Really?
Yeah.
He's older than my mom? That's crazy to me. He's always looked elderly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking but he lasted a total of 21 seconds.
Lasted longer. Well, no, I guess not.
20 seconds less than Alberto Del Rio, where he got knocked out via head kick and punches at it was an event called Inoki Boombaye 2001.
And you would know that because it was on the canvas of the ring.
Yes.
Boom-ba-yay, my lord. Boom-ba-yay.
Oh, Lord. Boom-ba-yay. That took place. Someone singing, my lord. Boom-ba-yay.
Someone's getting knocked out, my lord.
Boom-ba-yay. Mikey's coming around.
He had to compose himself. He lost it.
The fight took place December 31st, 2001.
All right. Merry New Year.
Yeah, right? Poor Yuji Nagata did not learn from his mistakes.
No.
As he took on Fedor Emelianenko exactly 2 years later to the day on December 31st, 2003.
Like, man, even now, by that point, by 2003, holy fuck.
Yeah. Fedor Emelianenko, another man who was deemed unbeatable for a long time. And
He
just,
looked very much like Crow Cop.
very stoic.
Very just
serious.
stone-faced.
There's this really funny video of this guy who's fighting Crow Cop, and he's the guy he's fighting from America, and he's just making like the crazy mad face, just trying to like gritting his teeth and just screaming. And Crow Cop's just standing there, and he looks like bored. And then they just get to fighting, and Crow Cop just grabs and starts punching him in the fucking
Jesus
head.
Christ.
He's like, whatever, this is what I do.
Very Frankenstein-like.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, he took on Yuji Nagata. Luckily for Yuji, he lasted slightly better.
Good for him.
Yeah, he was taking on Fedor, who had a record of 17-1 at the time.
Wow. It's intimidating.
Yeah, and he lasted 1 minute and 2 seconds, and
There you go.
lost via TKO with punches. Yeah.
I wouldn't last a fucking minute.
No.
Fedor eventually amassed.
You know what I would do? Meow.
Fedor made a record for himself of 31-1 before he was able.
Wow. That one guy must be the coolest dude ever.
Yeah, but then he lost 2 times after that too.
Oh.
Immediately.
Oh.
His next 2 fights
No. Well, never mind
makes
then.
it less cool,
I
right?
would have just ended right after that beat.
Yeah, like, well, bye.
See you later.
Weren't you saying the other day or earlier weren't you saying weeks ago that you didn't understand why UFC fighters had to retire after losing?
Right, yeah.
But you literally just said, man, that one loss, I would have been gone. Like, don't forget you. Are you going to lose
No,
no
I'm
more
talking about
matches?
the guy that beat Fedor. The guy who beat him. You said he lost
Oh, you
twice.
you think he...
I
No,
would have been done after I
no
beat
Fedor lost twice.
Okay.
After.
All right.
I was thinking the guy who beat him
Oh.
then went on to lose a couple more matches. Fuck that. I'm done after I beat this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I do think it's silly, this kind of, oh, you lost, now you're going to retire. And
Yeah, but they can
UFC
retire and then go into the WWE
I mean,
and make
yeah.
millions.
thing. Sure.
The fucking, was it the 4 horsewomen fucking running NXT now? The three, Shayna Baszler and the other 2.
Yeah, Becky
Like-
Grinch.
Becky Grinch, yep. Lana Starr, Becky
Yeah.
Grinch.
Jungle Girl.
They're all running in with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
I'd pop so big.
So
yeah.
Yuji Nagata sat with a record of 0-2.
Yeah, that makes sense
That's
to
where
me.
it currently sits. Next up, we watch Sean O'Hare.
Whew, talk about a fucking beast.
Yeah, he looked like a goddamn monster out there. Just a large, large man.
He's in the running for the best bod.
Best bod
Yeah, he
award?
is.
Yeah.
You know, Sean O'Hare, what did you think about his odds with when he was doing the devil's advocate gimmick?
Is that when was Piper was with him during that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they only put Piper with him because he couldn't cut a live promo.
But didn't they do the recorded promos?
He was doing great at the recorded promos.
Yes.
But when
And
they
he was
put him
like
with the
your
live
conscience.
mic,
Then
he
why give him
fucked
the
up.
live mic then? Make the it's just like
Yeah.
all these guys who probably could have been something bigger than they ended up being. Like the guy looks like a goddamn star.
Yeah.
And his work was fine. Like, I thought he was... I always liked Sean O'Hare, even in WCW.
Yeah.
This was actually his second fight ever. His first, he won via submission with a guillotine choke.
Oof.
This took place November 20th, 2004 in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Took on Shungo Oyama.
And he did very well.
Yeah.
Like Mikey said, he's a beast.
Yes. Sean O'Hare bull rushed this guy. He was throwing fucking punches. And, yeah, this guy seemed to be running away at points.
Yeah.
Well, you talked about Brock Lesnar in the first fight and how, oh my God, I wouldn't want this guy over there smashing into me. there's something different about a very methodical pace with Brock Lesnar and seeing somebody like Sean O'Hare
Who looks like a psychopath?
it is rushing up to you at full force, throwing bombs at you. There's something like just frightening. Like, oh my God. Yeah, like a horror movie character just like coming after you.
Yeah. Just the like long hair, fucking just
He's got the crazy look in his eyes. Where Brock's just like,
Like he could be like Mark Wahlberg in Fear.
Yes. We're all thumping our chest.
You can't see it.
So yeah, Sean O'Hare won TKO with punches at 31 seconds into this fight.
Absolutely.
After this, he would lose his next 2 fights against Kim Min-soo, who was the man Brock Lesnar beat in his debut, and then get knocked out in 29 seconds to Eric Esch, a.k.a. Butterbean, in an MMA fight.
Was that by the point where I remember seeing a picture online of Sean O'Hare and he was in less than stellar
less
shape.
good shape. He looked much like Al Bundy.
Was that the match with Butterbean, possibly?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah. Like there's when you talk about a decline then, like that first loss must have hit him hard. And then by the time he got to that second, fuck man, like that's a bummer.
He ended up winning his next 2 fights, but that was it for him where he won. He went with a 4-2 record.
Is he still alive?
No, he's not. He
rest in peace.
Committed suicide.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh.
And it's too bad because he had recently come out of the closet too.
Really?
I thought that was Canyon.
No, also Sean O'Hare.
Wow.
Wow.
He became a hairdresser afterwards, and if he didn't name it Hairdresser, I don't know what.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah. I know that because my friend of the show, Mike Sholin,
Oh, friend of the show.
was going to school in
An actual friend of the show.
was going to school in Savannah, Georgia, and he that's where Sean O'Hare's hairdressing place was.
Did you go get a haircut from him?
He did not. That's not an issue for Mike Sholin.
Well, no, but you just go for a little trim with Mike Sholin.
Did not need
Shave the sides. Shave those sides down.
But yeah.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P.
What could have been, right?
Say where the road goes.
Where O'Hare goes. Where your
Down
hair
the
grows.
What's next?
The next fight we watched was Mr. Tony Holm taking on Terrell Bizadiz.
Yep.
Sounds right.
Yep. Good job.
Tony Helm, a.k.a. Ludwig Borga.
Ludwig Vorga.
Now,
Man.
this was quite the fight.
It
By the way,
was.
I'm pulling up the picture now of Sean O'Hare in his later MMA.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, compared to what we saw,
That's
Yeah.
exactly the picture that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Like, that was making the rounds, and I'm like, what?
wow.
He looked like...
Al Bundy.
he also looks like Tony Danza who got stung by a bee.
Hey.
Tony Danza with the mumps.
Yes, exactly. That's perfect.
Mumps.
Tony Danza with mumps.
Yes.
So we were talking about Ludwig Borga and how scared I was of Ludwig Borga as a child.
Right. Well, once he ended the undefeated streak of Tatanka,
Right.
he was headed straight for Made in the USA Lex Luger.
Right, and as we all know, Made Man in the USA Lex Luger was one of my favorites as a kid. So I was worried about him.
He was Did you feel less worried after watching this fight where he was just getting the literal shit kicked out of him?
Yes. Well, until the conclusion of the match, in my head, I just kept on calling him Broke Lesnar because he was just like this kind of like he was not the man he once was in WWF, and I wasn't sure what to expect.
Well, this took place, and here's the thing. A lot of people claim Ludwig Borga, who were sitting at the record of 0-4 at the time, may have paid off this individual to take the dive.
What?
Where the guy was kicking the shit out of him and stuff, and then, which may have been the reason why Ludwig Borga, upon being punched in the kidney, went, "What the fuck was that?"
Wow, so this was maybe a fixed fight?
That's what a lot of people are in the belief of.
Well, now that you say it, I can see it.
So you think the guy who was paid to take the fall was maybe I'm going to lose anyways.
But I'm gonna kick-
I'm going to kick the shit out of
That's why
you.
he was beating up his body so bad. He was like Ludwig Borga. He was getting hit.
Well, you had mentioned that in this fighting world that you can wear gloves and punch or not wear gloves and
hit palm strikes.
And this guy was palm striking Ludwig Borga
Sure was.
all over his fucking body.
Yeah, it was.
And it was taking a toll on him.
He was leaving red marks all over his body, just nailing him.
So now that you say that, I can totally see this being a worked fight, like because it went too long.
Yep.
And there wasn't much like excitement besides like him getting fucking bruised up from the fucking palm strikes. But like, I don't know. Now I could buy it.
Yeah,
It's interesting. I mean, even after the fight,
He kind of put him all. Yeah, like he wasn't.
he was like, man, that guy, he hit hard and it hurt.
So he ended his record with 1-4.
Yeah, technically 1-4, and the guy he was fighting had a legitimate record of 7-6, and this is not included on his MMA record.
Really, they didn't put it on there
Yeah.
because of the questionable.
Yeah,
Now, did that guy ever claim, did he ever say, yeah, I was paid to lose the fight, or is this just speculation?
nothing that I've said that, but I couldn't imagine. It may have cost the guy his license or something to say.
Well, if it was struck from the
yeah.
record, yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, a controversial one. Next up, we saw Mr. Sylvester Turkai taking part in a K1 kickboxing event. Which
Three-way theater all-star.
yes,
Hell yeah.
Like I said before, I never expected when this podcast began that Sylvester Turkai would become a true all-star, and probably with some of the most appearances so far.
And he's also he's on the BONUSODE, he's on the Best in Show, and
a real
he hasn't been on Best in Show. He's been on Three-Way Theater twice.
2 episodes, 3 with it. Yeah,
Yes, he was in Slammed, obviously the classic.
yes,
And he was in the one we just saw last in November. My Zombie Mermaid.
classic.
Wrestling House.
Wrestling House. Turkai is he's more of an amateur wrestler, where I believe his only loss that he ever suffered in amateur wrestling was to Brock Lesnar.
Wow.
It was either Brock Lesnar or Kurt Angle, one of the two, where it was his only loss he ever suffered, which is, respectable. He had done this kickboxing, but he had also done straight-up mixed martial arts, where he developed a record of 3 wins and 1 loss, which, another...
How old is Sylvester Turkai? Because you showed us a picture of him now, and he looks like an old fucking man.
He is 47.
Man, then he just must get some highway miles on him because, I knew he wasn't old, but he just looks beaten.
Well, he also, in this picture the Lumberjake showed us, he's clean-shaven.
Clean shaven. That's true.
So he's got a very pronounced chin.
He's huge chin.
Huge chin.
God damn, he's a man.
He should do infomercials with Gene Snitsky.
I'd watch them.
Unofficial sponsors, Three-Way Theater.
The pressure cooker XXL.
Yep.
He's taking on Remy Bojanowski.
Good job with the names, Lumberjake.
Yeah.
Trying. At K1 Dynamite 2005 on December 31st, 2005.
This was probably the match I was most bored with watching out of all the other matches we've seen.
Sylvester Turkai is not a striker. He is a grappler, I guess. So I understand where he would be. I was more disappointed with the other guy who wasn't all that great.
No, and I think that's kind of why it was just kind of boring for me in general.
Yeah.
Neither fighter was really bringing what I don't know what to expect, but it wasn't what I was hoping for, I guess.
I mean, that being said, too, I thought the ending was kind of bullshit. It went to the draw. To
The judge's decision.
And they gave his opponent the win.
It was via a split decision, so one of the judges gave it to Turkai and 2 of them gave it to the other guy.
I don't know. It's kind of bullshit. I agree with that.
He only ever had 2 kickboxing matches. The other was a loss to Choi Hong Man, who was 7 feet 2 inches tall from South Korea.
Can't teach that.
No. But yeah, he was actually the guy that Brock Lesnar was supposed to fight in his debut, got injured, and was replaced by the other guy.
Interesting.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar was supposed to fight the 7'2" guy.
In his debut match?
Yep. How wild's that?
It's wild
Yeah,
and
it's pretty
crazy,
wild.
kids.
Finally,
The main event.
main event of the evening in Providence, Rhode Island.
Wait, did that really happen in Providence?
Yeah, it sure
Yes.
did. At the dunk.
That was at the Dunk?
At the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
What? I was wondering why there was Dunkin' Donuts stuff on the cage.
And that's why Mayor of Brockton, Bill Carpenter, was the ring announcer.
What?
We had
Batista's MMA. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
what? Yeah, Dave Batista.
Dave Batista. I can't believe
Or
that his
Batista or Batista.
Batista.
I can't believe his MMA debut was in Providence. That's
Yep.
nuts.
Right?
It's crazy.
His MMA debut and retirement
Yeah.
all in one night. Yeah, Batista. He took on.
This guy. So, in the sports of boxing and MMA, if you have a fighter that you want to
Shine up.
make look good,
Yes.
you put him in a match with somebody who might be a little less talented than you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But could they have at least tried a little bit harder?
No.
I'll give it to you. This guy, who
Is he a Rhode Island local?
His name is Vince Lucero. Vincent Elmaro Lucero, who is a last-minute replacement for a man named Rashad Evans.
Okay.
Not the famous
Okay.
MMA fighter Rashad Evans, another separate man altogether.
Okay.
I
So-
didn't know there was a famous version. I thought that was the same guy.
So he's a last-minute replacement. My respect just went up a whole shit ton for this guy.
Yes, Evans was forced out of the bout after a probation violation landed him back in jail. With Batista's MMA debut still on the event, Evans was replaced by journeyman and 40-fight veteran Vincent
Journeyman.
Lucero. Journeyman's always a good thing to have for your record.
Yeah, hell yeah.
My God.
Well, this guy, see, I don't know. Being a journeyman, would he do the things he did against Batista?
I think he was very confident. Like, maybe he would.
And here's why I say that. Lumberjake, as we mentioned. Former professional boxer.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, let's not forget the Duxbury Dandy.
The Duxbury motherfucking dandy.
Ducks.
Now,
Yeah, Ducks is the call me.
you reminded me a lot of this guy. Not, I don't mean by like looks or anything like that.
And
I mean,
his skill was more than mine.
the guy rocked Batista with some punches very, very early on in the
Yeah.
fight. Batista did not expect it.
Batista said he got hit like a horse.
He said he hit like a horse. Yeah, definitely put this guy over. But he, at some point, he's got Batista against the cage, and he's actually holding on to the cage, but the ref doesn't see it.
Yeah.
But he's taunting the crowd and Batista and making faces
Oh,
and
it's so funny.
doing all this stuff, which is something that you did.
Yes. I took place in this professional boxing thing, and I was in there, and Mike Pava I hear yelling from the crowd, "Give him the big John Wayne." So I wound my fist up like an old Western movie.
He wound his fist up like he was Nick Patrick about to fucking punch the other referee in the face.
Yes, right? Like he's going to punch Randy Anderson right in the face.
Yep.
And I didn't punch him,
No, you
but
just-
I just wound up the
Yeah,
fist,
and
and
the
the
crowd
crowd went
went
crazy.
They went banana.
Later on in the fight, he had me in the corner, and he was hitting me with body punches that were very loud, but I have so much body, it didn't affect me all that much. So I ended up looking out to the crowd and shrugging my shoulders, and the crowd went crazy again.
Fucking great.
Let's not discount the fact that this man once had a tail. I think we need to talk,
We need to talk about the tail.
or what could have been a tail.
Vincent Elmaro's tail.
Vincent, it on his back looked like he had a little hole there that might
Yes.
have, at one point, held a tail.
Like, have you ever seen the movie Shallow Hal?
Jason
So
Alexander's
you're saying-
character.
Are you saying that he had it like removed?
I mean, yes.
El Cola. That means the tail.
We're looking at a side-by-side picture of Batista and Vincent.
Oh, by the way, Dave Brass Body Batista.
Right. Can't forget that.
And
Not the animal.
I think honestly, this guy had Batista's his number for a bit until he started really showboating.
Well, I was laughing at first once I saw the 2, and I'm like, well, this is no fucking fight at all.
Right.
And then when Vince was bringing it
Don't
to
judge
him,
a book by its
I was
cover.
like, wait a second, maybe I should reverse my prediction here. Like,
with literally no time to
prep.
prepare.
Right.
I believe this guy was from Florida, by the way.
They're like, hey, you want to fight Batista?
Yep.
And he was like, yeah.
well, because again, he must have got paid very well. For
Very
this.
well for, yeah.
I mean, I
doubt.
will say that I did search for Vince Lucero tail, and I couldn't come up with anything.
That's so sad.
But there is a hole in the back of his lower back
Okay.
that may have once had a tail. I think we can all agree on this,
I
right?
mean, all you got to do is watch it for yourself.
Batista got the win via TKO with punches after he got a hold of Vincent Lucero's back and he wouldn't let go. His tail was getting in the way.
If I was Batista, I'd be like, ew, I don't want to touch it.
Oh, I wouldn't walk a mile in that pit of danger. And then post-fight, there you go. Batista, you plan on fighting again? He's like, I'll definitely be back to fight. As of October 6, 2012 to modern day, Batista has yet to have another MMA fight.
Right. Yeah, makes sense to me.
He won at 4 minutes and 5 seconds, by the way.
I think looking at Lucero here reminds me of like the Butterbean. Like he's a fat guy, kind of out of shape, but he can
He can throw fists.
He can throw fucking bombs.
And there was like a controversy afterwards where they got into a bit of an argument.
Yes, because he's on his belly.
He was on his belly, and Dave Batista was throwing punches. And the only thing I could have gathered from this was Vincent Lucero was upset that Batista was punching him in the back of the head, which is illegal.
Right.
But the ref was not calling it, saying they were punches to the side of the face, to the side of the head, which are legal punches, which is where the controversy comes from. And Lucero topped it off by giving him a crotch chop.
Yeah, like suck my dick. Suck
Yeah,
my dick sleeve.
They did have a little scuffle at the end, which
Yeah.
we didn't really understand why. Well, what happened?
But then they hugged and shook hands.
Yeah, of course.
And like they're sitting there, and he turns to Batista and he goes, "Man, I used to have a tail."
Listen, just you had me on my stomach and my tail was showing. I was just nervous.
Is it weird that I still feel like Batista's underrated? Like he's become this big giant movie star, being in these Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He said he wanted to do MMA. He did. He won.
Yep.
He was very successful in his time in the WWE. But I feel like he still doesn't get like the respect from the fans, the community.
Especially his heel run at the end.
Oh, Douche-Tista was
Yeah.
fucking fantastic, and he put over Daniel Bryan strong.
Yeah.
But remember Blue Tista?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And
Is that
like,
Survivor Series?
he's been saying, like, I know he came back a couple months ago for the SmackDown 1000, but
So proud of you.
like he.
Well, he almost wasn't on that.
But that's
show.
what he wasn't invited
Until
at
he
first.
complained and bitched about
It was in his hometown, Washington D.C.
I mean, the plans were to have Batista versus Triple H, but Triple H got hurt at Crown Jewel,
Oh, that's right.
so now they might do Batista and Orton again at WrestleMania.
Oy vey. Ooh.
Sorry, I've been drinking Dr. McGillicuddy's.
I don't know. Like I just feel bad for Batista because I feel like Batista generally loves the business. Wanted to come back and do like a big one final
I
run.
think he just wants to be, like, just give him a fucking call. Hey, you want to come down to the Smack? Even if you couldn't make it.
He's like,
Or
guys, I'm in this huge movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, it's a huge movie, and
yeah,
everyone
it's
sees
gonna
it.
be big.
They're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Batista.
And when
whatever.
the sequel came out, Batista offered to come on TV and like cross promote, and they were like, pass.
Idiots.
Why? Isn't he
Idiots.
friends with fucking Triple H too?
I mean, I would assume so, but like that's where it feels like he's not in like
He's not in the inner circle,
right.
even though he was in like Evolution and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's not that guy. And I you're right. I feel bad for him. I feel like he does deserve more.
Because like Batista is close up there right now with The Rock as far as movies, at least as far as box office and fan. Like he should get more stock, more credibility.
Versus Triple H got me back into wrestling. Besides like Muhammad Hassan and all that, so that was all happening at the same time.
You said that so sincerely.
Yeah, I love Muhammad Hassan.
It's like, all kidding aside, beside Muhammad Hassan, that's what got me back.
But that was the main story going on around that time too, and that was when Batista broke off from the.
I agree with you,
and it was very
his
well done.
His initial face turn was great.
It was very well done.
I stopped watching wrestling at the end of like 2002. I really wasn't into it. I missed all of 03, pretty much all of 04. The first live show that I saw after all those years went to the Providence Civic Center, and it was right after Batista had won the Royal Rumble. He had to choose to go to SmackDown or go to Raw. And she had Triple H and Ric Flair.
They were like, you're going to go to SmackDown. Evolution will rule WWE. I'll be on Raw. You'll be on SmackDown.
Both be champions.
And this Raw in Providence was the episode where Batista did the thumbs up and then did the thumbs down.
Yeah.
That was the first live event I had been to in 2.5 years. I'm like, that's fucking badass. And that, I agree, that kind of got me back into watching the shows again.
That angle was really well done.
Really well done.
They did this great bit where Batista hadn't arrived to the building yet, and Danny Hodge was being like acknowledged in the crowd because they were in Oklahoma. And he comes, Danny Hodge, he's like 80-something years old, bounds up the stairs, jumps over the top rope. He's like, yeah! And Triple H and Ric Flair come out and start fucking berating him. And Danny Hodge mouths off. And they both kick the shit out of Danny Hodge. And they just both beat the shit out of him. And then Batista gets there, and they're in the back. They're like, oh, man, you should have been there. We beat up Danny Hodge. And he's like 90 years old. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what did I miss?
Now, what I missed was that I missed the entire burial of Randy Orton during that time because he was the original chosen one to take the belt from Triple H and the Evolution breakup.
Thumbs down.
But man, Batista really fucking got the better of him and he beat him every fucking time.
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm just saying I love Batista. He should get more credit.
Come back, Big Blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
Bring Vince Lucero with you.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Tag team.
Isn't that like at All In where like the Cody Rhodes brought out his posse, his entourage?
Yeah.
If Batista started having an entourage of like Chris Pratt and Vincent Lucero and like just like all his famous
Vin
friends.
Diesel?
Yeah. Like we're family.
To feud with The Rock.
Yep.
The fucking raccoon.
Rocket.
The raccoon.
Yeah.
The fucking raccoon.
Yep.
Uh,
I
Who's the
actually,
voice of the raccoon? Is that someone famous?
Bradley Cooper, DJ Ski
What?
Mask.
DJ Ski Mask?
Yeah.
That was you the whole time?
Yep.
I love the Guardian of the Galaxy movies.
I've never seen
I'm not a
any
big
of them,
I'm not a big like comic
not
book
against.
guy at all, but those are really good.
But those are huge movies, and he's a huge successful part of that.
He's like, you guys want to have me on? No, thanks. What is it, Batista?
Oh, Batista's calling us again.
Oh, here comes Bautista.
Oh, hey, Dave.
Bitch button.
Bitch.
Poor Dave.
Oh, so guys, the next time everybody hears from us, it's going to be 2019.
New year, new us.
Again?
New year, new
Already.
bitch.
We have to New Year, New Us again?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Every year, new us.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I guess I'm excited for the new year.
This year kind of flew by.
Yeah, not in a great way, though. Like, it happened fast, but, like, it was just like, all right,
Fast and Furious?
2018's over. It's
Well, we
2019.
really made a conscious effort this year to give you guys content twice a month, and I feel like
We were successful for the most part.
yeah, definitely 100%. And we get together and record in person every time.
People are shocked about that.
So
Maybe Skype would be easier. But
it would definitely
it would be easier, but
it
it wouldn't sound as great as our great equipment.
imagine
does.
us with more problems.
well, not even. I mean, yes,
Mikey not being there to tell me to turn my mic on. Oh, no.
We've
Mike wasn't on that whole episode.
we have
Oh, no,
upgraded our technology.
Yep.
But there's something I feel lost at times when you're doing over the phone interviews. I know when we used to do the WXBR lockup, it's always different when I would be calling in compared to being there looking at you face to face and talking
Right.
to you. And I think that's part of what makes three-way theater fun. And for the people that listen to our podcast, the number one comment that I see all the time is that it feels like I'm sitting in the room with you guys having a conversation. Like we're just shooting the shit and having fun and, just talking and,
Aw.
throwing out our inside jokes and things like that, and they're like, "Oh man, it feels like I'm just right in the chair with you." And I throw out and I say things, but you guys can't hear me because I'm listening.
I feel like Mike Pava because you say things and don't respond.
It's one of those things that's really like unique for us for podcasts these days.
I
So
mean,
for us
it
to
wouldn't
get
be
together,
three-way theater if we weren't all together at the same
Yeah.
time, right?
that's right. And
and we love doing it.
we love doing
Well,
it.
Mikey does.
Sometimes.
Yeah, for the most part. But we've done a lot more content this year. We've had like the interview with Bo Douglas. What?
I don't know. It's like listen, we got a lot of big names.
I did not say that.
You did.
No, I didn't.
in
I
your
said we've
tone.
done a lot of content. We threw, I thought we had a great conversation
I loved
with
the
Bo.
Bo interview.
And I'd love to do more of that stuff next year.
Yeah, exclusive interview with Donna.
I would love that. And as we had mentioned already from our last episode, we're going to be at the New England Fan Fest, and we're going to get to talk to a whole new, group of people that will learn about us, and we'll be able to hopefully talk to some legends, and hopefully they won't punch us in the face.
Yeah, we can. If they pay $1, they can smash an egg on one of your heads.
I think we have a lot of good things coming up.
2019.
New year, nude us.
Cheers.
I said nude us.
Let's live up to it, boys.
Did you just take a cyanide capsule?
Yep.
Oh no. Well, we have a third seat open here. I know we've got a few people looking for
They've
it.
been begging to get in here.
Yep. We're just
Well, he was Lumberjake.
gonna. Oh wait. I just wanted to let everybody know before Merry Christmas, guys.
Man.
I'm back, guys.
Oh,
The power of Christmas brought you back.
it's a Christmas miracle.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun. Happy New Year.
holidays from your friends at Three Way Theater.
And your enemies at Three-Way Theater.
We have a lot of those. Definitely wish a happy holidays to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Merry Mike Pava. He's Jolly
I'm Holly
Lumberjake.
Jolly Lumberjake.
Why'd you fucking say because it's J for
thanks,
Jolly
Mikey.
JC?
Yeah.
Jolly. Oh my God, you fucking asshole!
I appreciate that.
You took my fucking nickname.
Well,
God damn you!
Well, guys, there's Noel and JC,
You son of a bitch!
and this has been
Three-Way
Theater.
Here, bonusode.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's Christmas wrapping. That's
Yeah,
good.
I love that's what
Thanks. I
think.
couldn't think of a name, and you just really helped me out there.
Yeah, you fucking dick. You can't play with my dick sleeve now.